They haven't played it other than that, so.
Their biggest win was a 13-7 win against China Win. That was it. And China Win's like no more.
Yeah, that's ages ago. That's decades. We're looking back prehistoric.
That's like 2 weeks ago. God, jeez, you know.
And a game that moves as fast as this, 2 weeks is a long time, clearly, because Cloud9 has switched it up, and so is Gen.G. First onto the safe site, though. Vice is in there, and GMD will get the first frag of the game.
Looking good for Gen.G, riding off the momentum of that last game. Mikhail's going to have the flank here. Relics didn't check the tree, but also didn't check by the cubby. There's Tense. He also has his teammate there to back him up. All three are going to be coming through this doorway. Scratch Chat, you're actually going to be sending one onto the catwalk. Tense tried to get inside of there, was met with a shot instantly. IFE's the wall out, actually to give him the angle, but no one was giving him a kill. They were playing around Generator intelligently there. It's all to Shinobi now. And that's Gen.G. Off the heels of that first frag that they got, they did not look back. Fast play. They got into A site, put that spike down, and they were off to the races.
Effie's with the 3K to start the game off again. Well done from him. GMD with the first entry, and then from there was no coming back into that A site. He had the attempt from Mitch with the wall, but it does not work out. And this is important. They can get rolling on this attacking side. They are playing the Sageless comp, which I think has some benefit on this attacking side. Also the double smoke version of it, which means, which is almost necessary, I think, on a sense. As you can see, so important. We already have 3 smokes out from both Omens. There's gonna be a near sight. Effie's though very low, so is GMD. They're pushing through. It doesn't matter. 3 more players still to go through, and he will get away. Back up right into his team.
Smart play from GMD to get out of dodge. That could have easily gone wrong. Okay, Tens, let's relax there for a minute. Let me finish my sentence. But now, attention over toward this B site. Tens is going to be waiting for this one. Can updraft over this. We'll have Shinobi there to back him up. In the distance, too, is their Omen. All right, now that spike is going to be in play here, and Tens has been hitting those shots with that Sheriff. It's been clinical.
I like how he flips and spams to the wall rather than just reloading.
Yeah, why not? This guy clearly knows all the angles. Oh, okay, 3 kills for Tens. No, don't do it to him. Don't do it to him. Your boy's going to be in the back site there. Relics has his teammates back. It's going to be GMD on the flank. He's got 20 HP and a Dream. He needs to get there. He has a Phantom. He has a Phantom in round 2. They see him. He's going to go for this one. And Shinobi with the kill, and they get the thrifty round win to tie things up here at the start.
I'm confused there from GMD. It looked like he gave up. Maybe try to... I don't know what that was from CT Spawn. Rotating through. He was in market to start things off on that one, and then tries to flank around, but it's too hard to break through that site afterwards. We saw the same thing in the other game that we watched on Ascent, where they kind of kept him inside of that bomb site. That's interesting, and they instantly get ecoed after winning that pistol round in a strong fashion. They started off really well again in this one too, but lose the handle they had on the round completely.
Yeah, it was Vice, I think, who died early and just went for the... Was it Vice? He just went for that challenge. May not have been, but either way, though. All that matters is that for Cloud9 and their fans, they simply want to see this go to a Game 3. Still a long ways from determining that one, though. Smart wall play just to slow things down, and they did see him. Oh, actually got the tag and might be able to get this kill here, but he has to be careful not to commit because someone could be on the other side of the wall. Mitch doesn't know that, obviously, and Mikhail doesn't have much of a choice. Now he can get out of there.
Meanwhile, they're on the B. They're on towards the A site. They're up. Cat Al droning out. GMD got a lot of information through, but they're holding strong. You got the Omen and Vice inside the site, and he'll get one. Effie's coming around the corner. The paranoia to actually get some time as Vice finds the corner and backs his teammate side up perfectly. Nguyen's gonna try to lurk through with the spike, and that's gonna end the round right there, outright.
Another headshot through the structure. Shinobi, Vice with 3 on that round. And Cloud9 are going to benefit off of that thrifty round 2 win that they got. What an odd start to this game, too, Balla.
Yeah, it really is, because I recall specifically, maybe in that Gen.G game, the same eco round that happened on second, where it started out strong for the attack, but all of a sudden they just lose completely. I don't remember which game it was, but I feel a sense of deja vu here.
Keep up.
Cloud9 will take the lead, and it's Shinobi at the top in these first 3 rounds.
A look at the start. Trying to get some utility out of this one. I think you got 1 on Hell. Vice is going to be Hell, and then 10's up on Heaven. GMD now run it back inside of the site. Is he going to get any value out of this run it back, though? They're going to be backing away from this. 10's. That's a shot. Nicely done. GMD, though, benefits from the run it back. A kill on Vice down low is now going to leave A site open. 10's still up top, waiting for his teammates to get there. Oh, man. The Omen gets chunked down to half health. Just a guess shot there for 10's, and he ends up hitting him. Obviously, he's not aware of that. But all that was going on, Michael actually popped up on the flank. Mikhail right there.
What a setup.
They got so preoccupied on Heaven looking to kill the players down low that they weren't paying attention to their flank.
They had no map control on top of that. And they got stuck in Heaven, all 3 players. Mikhail was even staying back over towards Tree at the start of that, just to hold on, but realized they didn't come. Realized that there was nobody. They spotted all 3, and that's the cue for him to come from behind and take that one out. A well done execute. GMD with the run it back, and also from the shadows by Relics, I believe, is on Omen. And they come in from the Heaven and take everything out. So Gen.G responds with another round of their own. They're starting to shades of mind.
I heard some burrs. Yep. Maybe we have an Odin in play. Oh, I like the scenic camera that Vice has set up. I didn't know he was such a photographer. Yeah. You get through mid here. Mitch might get a target. Doesn't really work out, though. Oh, boy. Get on out of there, bud. You don't want to deal with that one. GMD again on the entry has been unbelievable. Gets in sight, gets a kill, backs away.
Might get too cheeky through the smoke. They're still all waiting right behind this, just making no noise. Shinobi will find 1 through mid. That's going to be the cue for them to continue up this catwalk. Tens will get 1. Shinobi is ulting from spawn, and he finds another one. Now down to a 2 versus 2. It's Mitch and Shinobi. First on the other side. Gen.G trying to hold on. Player 1 and Relics.
Both by the generator. That shock dart could have done some damage. They're very low. Both players are going to be very low. Oh, Shinobi with the Odin. Shades of Sinatra and what he was doing before. Effie's didn't get tagged. He is in hell. They don't know that, but they're going to go and check this. They have an Odin as well and actually do the damage out there. But Shinobi, 4 kills for him. And boy, he has been a talking point on this team. It's always 10's and Vice, and we're like, yeah, Shinobi's just doing his job. Job complete. What a way to get that round for his team.
And at the top of the scoreboard, this is what you want to see for Cloud9, because Shinobi has been that anchor, that support player that lurks at the bottom multiple times. A lot of people wondering his role in the team, and he's been there in the games that we saw, dominating and helping out his team in a lot of different fashions, but not necessarily flashy at the top of the scoreboard. This time, though, he's there. He's got the Odin to make, I believe that was Relics in mid, pay as he tried to lurk up. That's what actually worked. Oh, sorry. Effie's.
I'll go ahead and grab that orb. I'm going to pull value out of that. Just quick little tussle there to get the orb 1 step closer. I think that was going to be G&G who got it. Mitch, what an angle that he's holding with the op. You don't really expect that, not to play that aggressive. Tens is flashed. But he has to judge, and then gets bodied there by Nguyen's up. Relix is waiting too.
Cover going out.
If they commit this, it's going to be a blind commit. There's Odin. Odin control 1. Oh, actually. Relix hitting the button maybe would lead them to believe that no one's going to be there to poke this. And Relix is going to get value instantly for that.
Trade's still there for GMD. Shinobi has to hold on by himself in this. There's not even any information that they're going to be able to gather. He gets smoked out. They're gonna break through that door. No, they're gonna go through this.
They're in front
with
of
a drone.
They're in front of him.
Oh,
okay, but Vice is there. Oh, Nguyen headshot just so fast with that. Get the spike down.
He's planning for a main. The door is down, so Mitch is gonna be able to see this angle when he tries to cross. No, it's not down. They didn't break it because they went through heaven, and he's gonna be able to get to A main with no information. So such a difficult angle, but there it is.
He had 11 HP, still went for the angle, knew he had to take it, because with the wall down and him baiting out the plant would have made it way more challenging for Nguyen, and that is why Nguyen is so damn good.
That's a perfect read, knowing the last player is Sage, knowing that that wall is still a possibility. He had to stay in front. Cannot take the gamble that he didn't see you cross. And re-peek there. Well done from Nguyen. Now up to 5 kills with that operator, and he made that round magical. Through the smoke onto 1, gets the headshot on the Vice, who was about to take them all out, and then winning the 1v1.
No more charges
Well
left.
done.
Blinding.
Oh, so the paranoia play then allows Vice to get further out there, but they did get the orb. So that little micro battle goes to Gen.G in this round.
Got the spike.
This is very reminiscent of the first game, Bind,
Yep.
where these two teams kept going back and forth and back and forth. But then Gen.G just ran away with it.
They're playing so carefully up Cat in short A. And they get a pick and they still stay so long. And it's been working out. Obviously right now it's kind of a weird round for anything to go down. GMD will again run it back into the site. He's been so good on the entry, but there's nobody to find this time because it's just pistols. So Cloud9 playing way back, and Gen.G will take the lead again.
He did exactly what he needed to do too. Just clear sight. Make sure no one was going to be located at Hell, so that they can freely go in there and plant. They had the smoke. He saw that one cleared out there. GMD waiting in the cubby. Hello. And Shinobi, the last player left alive. It's Nguyen again. This guy in the op, Balla, has been spectacular thus far in this final. He's been spectacular ever since the first time we saw him play. Everyone hypes up Wardell, and for good reason, because Wardell is insane. But I enjoy how Nguyen is a very unassuming op player for this team. He just gets the job done.
Yeah.
He ain't trying to be fancy. He's just trying to be efficient.
Especially on the attacking side, he's been a star for Gen.G time and time again, especially last round, even on Bind, so last map, I should say. Guns, though, this time, they're going to get orb control again towards B, and you were saying reminiscent of Bind, because this is exactly what they were doing. They were getting control and then deciding to push over towards A pretty much every time. Only 2 takes on B in that entire side for Gen.G last time. This time, it's through Catwalk. Repetition, time and time again. They're getting a pickup Cat, staying for a bit, seeing how they're going to play it, and then they go through the doors or even through the smoke in one case, showing off a lot of depth in this game.
Shadows traveling.
Mikhail's idea there to shoot the wall as it was coming down, really smart. They don't have that structure to fall back on now. If they decided to go over toward B, which would leave a player in that area for just a little bit. Relics now by mid-market. So many players are going to be stacked here. The flash is out. Relics. Oh my goodness, Relics. Oh, Relics looking for another. Oh, Relics looking for 3. That's 4. Oh, luckily Shinobi was there to have his back, because eventually your boy's going to run out of some ammo. Now it's all up to Effie's. 1v5. We'll win the battle there against Relics, but he's certainly done his job. Only 13 seconds remaining. Not really much of an opportunity here for Effie's to do anything of value with this, and that round will go to Cloud9. Relics, what a play in mid-market.
That was fantastic stuff. And that's what he needed to do. I mean, he was by himself. He had no backup at all. Finally, Shinobi was there with the Hunter's Fury as they started coming in through B main, so there was no pinch available, but playing in market had to get at least 2 for his life to be worth something in that round, and he does make it work, so Cloud9 respond and tie it back up again. Round after round, we stay neck and neck.
Yes, this should do.
That, by the way, was the first time that they did that cat control. They got all the way up and then decided to come back in towards B. Relics held strong, knew that it would come at some point. And it works and pays dividends for them. They go back to the standard, grab the B control, and then back off towards mid.
Right here.
Although
Vice has a camera by Wine, by the way, that I think will call them all out when they push.
Might even already see Gen.G.
Nowhere to run!
Now the entry, here it comes Tens. He's going to stop Gen.G. A big kill there because Gen.G has been very efficient every single time he gets into sight. Back up though from Tens. That's 3 kills for him. Effie's is going to be stuck over by Hell. Quinn just barely misses Tens. And Tens gets past him. Oh, man, that is rough. Win is probably like, how did he get there? That was just the worst possible timing.
No chance. Recon bolt will be nice, but Tens will get that really quick now to pulse out. He has to drone out. There's a classic as well. This is going to be so difficult to come from that bottom side, but he's going to have to dance, and dance he doesn't. As Win gets it. 8 bullets. There's a paranoia out. It's a little too wide. 15 seconds, though, and he has to bait it out. There's a fake teleport. He doesn't necessarily know it, and yes, Win will make it count and keep Gen.G in the lead, not give it up at all. A 1 versus 3, and they are making their stat, making their voices heard. Win with 9 kills now, and that's a clutch for the ages.
Relics tried to bait TP. Almost took the bait, by the way. But it... Win, bro. You are nasty.
That drone dart, by the way, that secured it. Tens was playing with fire. As soon as that drone came out, that's the exact reason why he put it out, by the way. There was no scouting to be done. He just needs to win the fights. And because he got that dart onto Tens, he's able to spam him through that very, very weak floor. Such a heads-up play.
Another round, another orb grabbed. There's nothing they could do to stop it. And now GMD will have run it back. Win gets another frag for them. This time it's going to come courtesy of a rifle. He uses the op, he uses a rifle. It doesn't matter. He can do everything.
I was Tens getting really aggressive up cats. Trying to see, okay, is there anything to work through here? But Win is there at the top of mid. And they get the neural theft at the last second on the corpse, extending all the time that they need. And they realize there's only 1 at B. Time to run. Let's go. Blaze up, run it back, about to go through as well, probably. Mitch is stuck by himself, but Relic in spawn, he gets 2 headshots, and then also gonna be able to ult with that, the orbs that he got in the back of sight.
Take flight.
And they're not even on that yet. End up
Had Relic's been able to get that kill, Balla, it would have been so huge for them. Would have slowed it. Shinobi then comes from behind with the Odin, just sprays him down.
Joke's over.
Now GMD is going to use that run it back that he got from this round as he grabbed that orb. He's going to go for this one here and gets everything he needs from that one. All the intelligence necessary. One player by double stacks. Vice goes in. It's going to be traded instantly. Wait a minute. This is actually not winnable for Vice. Oh, but it's Mikhail. You can say Michael. You can say Mikhail. You can say whatever you want. All you got to say is that he won that round for his team.
Oh, it's so close. Vice almost had that, even though GMD did the work to force it into a 3 versus 1. But they peak 1 by 1. Although, still too many angles even still for him to clear because Mikhail was right behind that box and he was unsure, a little indecisive. Could he still be in the boathouse or not? Wow. Gen.G have now finally brought it to 2 rounds in the lead, and this is what we saw in Bind. Essentially, basically the same type of half unfolding here. As we go into the final 2 rounds, it's potential for Gen.G to extend this even further.
Effie's sending some shots because earlier Tens did actually go quite aggro in mid and paid for that one with his life. That was Nguyen who got the shot before, so Effie's holding that angle down. Activity over by Long. Expect this aggressive play to start to come through. The flash around the corner, perhaps.
They got mid control.
Yeah, they're not going to have a lot of weapons here to play around with, too. Look out for Tens in heaven. Relic tries to TP and get a little cheeky with it, but he's not going to get any value out of that one. GMD again doing what he has been doing this whole time, starting these fights and successfully getting 1 or 2 kills. Job certainly well done for him. If you are this Gen.G roster, you are so satisfied with his play. A flawless round. 7-4 now. Gen.G starting to get eaten up here, starting to add up some W's in the win column. This is dangerous as we go into this final round in the half.
This is so important here for Cloud9. They get the guns back into this. They save the last round. But making it a 7-5 half, it's already kind of a little rough in any case. But just that extra round, keep it ever so closer, give them the space in the room because they can make things work on the attack, I believe. I'm trying to look up the stats for how their the Cloud9's Ascent game went the last time. I believe they just basically shut out on attack and completely kept it flawless. Be main control. They're trying to fight back with the paranoia, but nobody's going to be able to peek off of that. Vice is going to have to fall back because every single time they throw the hot hands down, the molly from Phoenix to keep them back.
Their whole strategy has centered around getting orb in the beginning. They've had ults on ults on ults this whole game, and there's been no adjustment for Cloud9 to try and punish that because there really isn't much with their composition that they can do besides a paranoia, and then oh, you got a molly there, you can't push it. This is literally the same thing that they've been doing, and it's been working. It's either going to be the aggro play on Long, or it's just going to be the slow play here by the tree.
And the reason why this works so well is because they do have the double smokes. Hold on, Mikhail's
going to get this.
So aggressive. He has no clue. Oh, it doesn't matter. Shinobi will peek him anyways and take that fight straight up. Tens as well will get one through the door. Head the one way, and he's going to put down more cloud burst so he can dash back on the side, but he takes another one to a double peek from Bison. Tens in the corner. He's going to stay on that, and he'll get another one. Finally, the trades are in. Well played on that A defense. And they do get the round that they so desperately needed, GB, as we go into the second half.
Yeah, if I'm Cloud9, I'm happy with that. This was not a pretty half for C9 at all. Gen.G have looked exquisite. Every single task that they set out to accomplish round after round, they successfully did so. Cloud9 were always kind of playing off of the back foot, so a 7-5 conclusion in the first half, yeah, that's not bad. Now it's time to shift gears. Focus on the task at hand. You chose Ascent. What are you going to do on attack here? Because you cannot prove me wrong on the stats. That's what I care about most, Paula. My analysis.
That's what you think, man, but it's 7-5 right now, and Gen.G is looking 17%. So good. So good.
Here.
It is a big peek down short A, a pistol round strat. GMD will punish Tens instantly, and they even get some damage down on Sage, but that's a quick heal back into it. And they work back into mid. This is Cloud9 trying to gain some control back into this. But the thing is, they have so much staying power, Gen.G does, with the double smokes that they have. Omen, which refreshes, plus the 3 smokes from Brim. They can keep them at bay for so long. Another one going to be tossed down onto short. Nothing towards market, though. And this is going to be a hard hold for Nguyen in the site with Mikhail.
There is so much delay. And damage that can be done, too. Shock darts from safe angles. Brimstone Molly from safe angles, as well as a Phoenix Molly. The composition not only can block vision, but it also is just going to give them damage to boot. ISO does manage to tag up GMD a few times. He's at 15%. But when headshot on Mitch.
It's the most important fight right there.
It's big because now they have to rethink their entire step. They now have to either just commit or double back because they have no time.
20 seconds.
And they're going to choose to double back here. Yeah, and this is not going to look good. You got 2 players that are going to be playing around one another over at Hell. 13 seconds remaining.
No chance.
Yep. Yeah, this is not looking good at all, Balla. Despite their best efforts here, it's going to be very ambitious, and it's Effie's 2 kills, done and dusted.
Oh, man. That was a lot of good stuff there from Cloud9. A lot of good ideas. They responded to the mid presence from GMD pretty well. Obviously, they lost 10s right off the bat, but then they started to work over towards A, and then they got market control and walked up mid. But Nguyen is there, and Nguyen is aware of everything that's going on the map. He turns his head for a brief second, takes down a spike, and realizes that the potential was them for wrapping over towards A, and they get a big pinch on that site, but shut down it slightly from Nguyen. And from there was no more ideas. There was no plan B from Cloud9, unfortunately, and that's going to end up losing them the pistol round and possibly start to lose them any space and any room that they were trying to get in that first half.
Cover going out.
Tens died in the first pick, first engagement. Tens has kind of been neutralized.
Remember 10 kills on Bind.
Scary. Yeah, that's scary. He's been, I was going to say this in the, when we were talking to Reflections, that Tens has been one of the most consistent top fraggers I've ever seen, just constantly at the top of the scoreboard. Yeah. But this game, this series,
oh my goodness,
has just been like they just shut him down.
Yeah, GB, what a camera from Mikhail. I know it's an anti-eco, but they have no clue and have all the information that this push is coming through mid. This is why GMD is able to push over to Cat, because he knows there's 4 players literally inside of mid right now. They're going to try to work through the smoke again. Tens. They're going to smoke it off, and they're going to make an approach towards B. This is actually really weird. They have 2 players in spawn to start a crossfire. They're hoping that they can barrel their way through B, because player 1 is going to go down here for sure. Possibly even the other, as Tens is in the corner.
With them going so far into the map, they're giving up a lot of the control and the real estate for the rest of the site. And then the knowledge that was gained because of the camera, they're just pinned here. They now have to try and make the best of a bad situation. And Effie's is going to make them pay. This same thing happened in the last round. They now just have to commit to this, and they simply don't have the time to work with. And again, Gen.G pick up another round win off of just the time wasted from Cloud9. And you're right, Mikhail with that camera, that was the entirety of that round.
That was it. That just gives them all the map control in the entire world. They had the same thing on the first round where they kind of spotted it with Nguyen, and then after that they can basically position themselves perfectly to have a pinch, a wide pinch too, on multiple sides, multiple angles. This time it was JMD playing in the grass, and they had to come up through heaven. Gets the one remaining player in that A site.
Well, I went against my one rule to look at chat while I'm casting, and everyone's spamming 17%.
Yes, chat. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
The mad Dr. Balla. You heard that laugh? That wasn't a laugh of someone who was like, oh man, you know, GB, that was a good call, but you know, no, that was a mad scientist laugh. Respect it.
You know, as long as I'm right at the end of the day,
yeah.
I was hoping for a close game, but Gen.G is playing out of their minds. It still could obviously be very, very close. depending on how Cloud9 actually plays these gun rounds, but I'm not seeing anything special again. 10's down. GB, you pointed out in the pistol round, he's down again in the same spot to GMD with the run it back.
10's is a non-factor. That's it. He's just a non-factor in this game. I can't believe I'm even uttering those words. But a lot of this team's success has come off of the back of 10's. The man has solo carried matches, has given him bracket appearances because of his incredible gameplay. And I'm not even going to say that it's that 10's is playing bad. No, Gen.G are shutting them down because they just dealt with this with Sinatra. Oh, just going through the Aries. And Mikhail was right there to help his teammate out. The spike is down. It's going to be Relics. He's got a ghost. He's got no time left. That's it. Throw it away. 10-5. And Gen.G, they look like they're running away with this one.
That they do. 10-5. And this time it was 4 people who stayed alive. GMD is the man of the hour. Peeking down short and already starting the round with a complete imbalance. Basically a repeat of pistol rounds, although this time maybe a little bit more concerted effort from Cloud9 to go through that B main. But man, it looks like they're out of ideas. 2 times they go through mid, 1 time they basically, I don't know. I don't even know a word for what they did through B main. It was just kind of like, oh, lackadaisical, I guess.
Yeah, there's a difference on the attack for Gen.G versus C9, and it starts with this right here. How they are playing for the orb. Every single time they play for that orb, every round the orb was grabbed. So they're just getting ultimates, but it's like a task that they're accomplishing as a team, and it succeeds, and then they rotate and they have a plan, and it's been working for them. Whereas Cloud9, they are now out of plans. They are now out of strategies. It's like when you're playing matchmaking and you're like, all right, guys, what should we do? And then that one guy's like, yo, dude, just play for picks. That's literally what's going on right now.
Finally, kill for 10's on this side of the half, and Relics is starting to do what he was doing, but Nguyen knows, man. He just owl drones straight up. He knows there's a TP in play. 10's finds another one, though, and they might actually have this. Yes! The A site is knocked open. And 2 players there, they're going to get the spike down. Nguyen and Mikhail are going to be the last 2 players remaining, and they're going to go ahead and save.
Looks like playing for picks worked out, Balla.
You go. That's the thing that they were doing when we watched them play earlier on today. Cloud9 on Ascent, they were working Relics through mid very, very aggressively by himself multiple times. This time it was kind of a non-factor because 10's was kind of just fragging up short, which is, again, a key to success. But they got to keep doing that. I don't know how many
times. Yeah, I don't know how many times that's going to work.
Yeah.
You know? You can only give them so much of those picks, right? And only so many times are Gen.G going to put themselves in a less than stellar position. But in any case, so Cloud9 will get a big round win. They've needed this one. Give them that confidence to come back into this game. It's still doable. This is not like Bind, where they were down 12, what was it, like 12-5 or something, and having to come back from some insane deficit. This is still very winnable for C9.
100%. And that, I think that gap is very important. The fact that they're not letting Gen.G get to match point on these last 2 rounds is so important. I mean, no matter how hard it is to claw back a deficit that they have, they've made it now 4 rounds. And it's potential. Gen.G did the same thing for them. So what's the idea? Is it going to continue being Relics lurking through mid and 10's fragging up short A? And that's basically that was the formula for Gen.G on the attacking side. So maybe it'll work. They don't have the double smokes there, and unfortunately,
that's rough.
Nguyen is working Relics.
The cloudburst didn't go down fast enough. It wasn't really a fault of anyone. He just needed to just shoot that thing out faster, and Nguyen had the perfect angle. He held that thing down. Yeah,
that's also a perfect, like, I don't know, distinction between the 2 comps. The cloudburst has to be used instead of a brimstone smoke, and he has to go so far. Vice is going to get the entry, though. They might still make this round work. Yes! 2 for Vice, and they've locked the site open again. Player 1 up in heaven. They're going to have to back off because the cyber cage is down, but so much information with 1 dart, they almost had to spam.
Shock dart. Shock dart.
Spike is down. Desperation hour for Cloud9. You need this round. Mitch, another kill, gives them a fighting chance, and they are going to bail out of this one. No need to give up the guns. You have the op. You've lost a few rounds here. Economy will be hurting a little bit, and as Nguyen went mid, Mitch was waiting for him right there, and he's actually going to run into another player if they tear through this doorway, which they are. So they'll get this round win, and they have to go hunting just to take this gun away from them, to hurt them for this next round.
Gen.G playing
Player
careful,
one.
saving for that.
Player one waiting. Player one waiting, and he gets two. He stays alive. Player one stays alive and gets two. That's going to give his teammates some cash to work with. He needed to hold on to that gun, and he clenched it hard. That and the butt cheeks, everything.
I was waiting for that.
Yeah, I have to mention the butt cheeks at least one time.
You said clench, and then the mind just went straight to butt cheeks. I like it. I respect it. That's dedication.
I was going to say clutch to pearls there too, but that wasn't really apropos for the situation.
So 3 rounds now, and that was an interesting one because we had sapphiRe looking through A main, ending up taking the opening frags on the A because they put so much pressure on Catwalk that they were looking the other way. So Vice does his work. It's an instant ult. Gen.G's pushing through A main, and he will get Vice, the hero of the last round. That's actually a cue for Mitch to try to work a little closer towards A main. So far, so good. I love those Hunter Furies opening rounds. And they will dash through this, but player one will get Mitch. Tens is alone, and he swings wide to get a second. It's all left to the one player stuck inside of this A main. It's Shinobi, and he has to wait for Relics to make the trek all the way back to join him in B main.
Pushing against a sapphiRe on B will always be challenging. And the way that the sapphiRe is putting up cyber cages has a lot of one-way setup. And if you're new, maybe watching for the first time, you don't know what that is. It's when you place your smoke or your cyber cage in an area where you see their footsteps, but they won't really see you at all. And Mikhail's been doing that every single round, and now Cloud9, they have finally encountered it.
There's the smoke that gives up the idea that they maybe want to approach towards B. But with 3 people here, it's going to be very difficult. Paranoia through. He TP's right in front of him.
Yeah. Well, there was an attempt.
An attempt was made.
You're asking a lot of those 2 guys to bring that round back. Not like it was going to be impossible.
I'm asking for a lot maybe, but they have to make it work, right? Like, they have to be winning even rounds like that because it starts off wrong for you guys, but it's so close now for Gen.G to be able to actually take this to match point and take it to tournament point. We're 2 rounds away from that after 17% win rate.
Oh, Tens has this nice cheeky angle here. Look at that wall. I love it.
A matchmaking strat.
There's no respect on these streets for Bala.
That's what they're resorting to. I mean, he's like desperation dashing through B main, and it's not working out. No pick there because Gen.G only makes those aggressive peaks when he has support in there. It's actually a plan for it. So, I don't know.
Revealing area.
Recon dart shot just to see if maybe they could get a tag or something. Make them think that they're going to continue to look in this direction. Shinobi actually hearing the camera out. And when that camera's played, Mikhail just played Shinobi like a fiddle. He kept bringing out the camera. He kept coming out of it because there's no delay. That thing's instantaneous. And when Shinobi thought he was safe to go in for that one, it ended up not happening. Brimstone ult coming out, orbital strike, forces everyone outside of mid-market. While that was going on, Effie's headshot onto Vice on A site. 13 seconds remaining, Ballatw. They have to move. They have to make a decision. Nguyen's going to be blocked off from the smoke. Nguyen misses the shot. Mikhail's going to be in the back. No time to work with here. Mikhail, 4 kills for the sapphiRe. Gives them match point and tournament point. One more round, and Gen.G will be your Pulse Invitational champs.
Mikhail might have just put the dagger into this game, into this tournament, as he picks up the 4 kills, not only playing Shinobi on the entry, but also the Cyber Cage to slow things down and then going all the way back into sights. Even has his Omen player come in, but he doesn't even need that. As Gen.G put themselves on tournament point, there's really not much more that Cloud9 can throw out. I mean, I think we've seen their whole arsenal. They went back to the pistol round idea of basically rushing up mid eventually and trying to work through spawn.
This is it. Cloud9.
Sheriff, too.
Certainly not riding high. They're on sheriffs, pistols, bulldogs. Desperation mode for C9. They've had an incredible tournament, knocking out TSM, one of the top teams in North American Valorant. And everyone thought this could be their time. But while all that was going on, while all the hype was being generated, everyone forgot about Gen.G. And they've been waiting for this moment, man.
That they have from the start of Valorant. They won that first T1 Invitational.
Oh no! Oh no, the dark cover went out and Effie's had to line up there. Effie's gets 2 kills. He'll back away. He did exactly what he needed to do. Relics gets onto the site. He'll be in the back by Hell. They heard the TP come out. Spike is down though, but so much was given up. Still 5 members left alive for Gen.G. They're going to start to move around this one here. Relics is going to be located by Hell. That was a weakened Effie, so he was going to be able to get that, but only 1 player, and that's it! That's it! Mikhail gets the final frag, and ladies and gentlemen, your Pulse Invitational champions, Gen.G.
What a game, too. Back and forth at the start, but as soon as they put Cloud9 on that attacking side, it looks to be like they have no more room to work with, no more ideas on how to actually approach these wonderful defenses that Gen.G is putting out. And it started off on that pistol round in the second half. GMD at the top of the scoreboard, peeking straight out and challenging one of the best players in the game in 10s. And they keep him to 14. They keep him to 24 kills over the entire series, over 2 maps. And Mitch as well over there. This was just well played for Gen.G from start to finish. They had the plan and they executed.
17%. 17% win rate on this map.